OpenGL raster transformations. We can take an example of a raster rotation for a rectangular block of pixels which can be accomplished by mapping the destination pixel areas onto the rotated block, as you can see in the figure 28. See here, where we have the rotated pixel arrays, the destination pixel areas, the destination pixel arrays. With respect to certain theta angle, we have rotated them. For this, we would be using some OpenGL functions. The translation of a rectangular array of pixel color values from one buffer area to another can be accomplished in OpenGL with respect to GL copy pixels, where we have X value with respect to minimum, Y value with respect to minimum, and width and height of that, and giving the color GL underscore color. The first four parameters of this function can be given with locations and their dimensions, and the last one could be for the color model, where we are using RGB specially. The source buffer we are using with read pixels, where we are reading the source buffer for GL copy pixels function with respect to xmin, ymin, and some of the attributes with height, and the RGB color model with respect to the unsigned bytes and the color of the arrays. We can put the rotated array back in the buffer again using the draw pixels. So where we are using here GL draw pixels with respect to width, height, color model, and the unsigned bit and the color of the array. For raster operations, we can set the scaling factors with respect to pixel zoom, where we are scaling with respect to X, scaling with respect to Y. Discussing with two-dimensional viewing. For a two-dimensional picture, a view is selected by specifying a region of the XY plane that contains the total picture or any part of it. Coming to two-dimensional viewing pipeline. A section of a two-dimensional scene which could be called as a clipping window, because all parts of the scene outside have been clipped off. Why? Because whatever is there inside that particular viewing window or the window size we have already assigned would be called as world window or viewing window, and the rest of the thing has been clipped off, so it is also called, can be called, clipped window. Graphics packages such as OpenGL allow us also to control the placement with the displayed window using another window called the viewport. Objects inside the clipping window are mapped to the viewport with respect to certain coordinates, and it is the viewport that is then positioned within the display window. You can see the example of a clipping window with this figure, where we have the object with respect to world coordinates xw, sw min, xw max, yw min, and yw max, and we have the clipping window. So whatever the object is there inside that particular window has been shown, the rest of the thing has been clipped off. So this is our viewport coordinates. The process of the two-dimensional viewing transformation could be explained with this pipeline, where we have the modeling coordinates using which we model any object, where we construct the world coordinate scene using the modeling coordinate transformations, and we map them onto the world coordinates, and we convert that to the view coordinates again using different viewing functions. So we transform viewing coordinates once again to the normalized coordinates, and we map the normalized coordinates to the device coordinates. So this is the process of your two-dimensional viewing transformation. In this topic, we are going to discuss OpenGL two-dimensional viewing functions, where I have given certain numbers to all kinds of categories from 1 to 11. The first category we have is OpenGL projection mode, where we are bringing that particular screen coordinates or device coordinates to certain mode using the function GL matrix mode, that is we are projecting it onto that particular mode, which designates the projection matrix as the current matrix, which is originally set to the identity matrix using the function called GSGL load identity, which ensures that each time we enter the projection mode, the matrix will be reset to the identity matrix. The second category we have in viewing function or OpenGL viewing function is glue clipping window function, which we could define using glue ortho 2D with respect to xwmin, which is a window coordinate again, xw max, yw min and yw max, which give us a two-dimensional clipping window. We have the third category, which specifies the viewport function, which with respect to certain height and width of the object. In OpenGL, we can define it with respect to GL viewport, with respect to xvmin, yvmin, where we have given viewport width, viewport height. The parameters xvmin and yvmin specify the position of the lower left corner of the viewport relative to the lower left corner of the display window. The fourth category we have creating a glut display window, which we can initialize using glut init. As we have already seen in many OpenGL programs in the laboratory, so it interfaces with the glut library for creating and manipulating the display windows. We can have other functions with respect to glut, such as init window position, where we are providing the position of the window, init window size, where we are providing the width and height of the window, that is the size of the window, and the create window, where we are providing the title of the window. For providing the attributes, different attributes such as color and the window mode, we have another set of another category setting the glut display window mode and color with respect to glut init display mode. So where we are providing the mode of the window as well as the buffer. So by default it could be glut underscore single, where we are using the single buffer if we have less images in our program, and the color model as glut RGB. We can have clear color which specifies the glut RGB with respect to red, green, blue and alpha. The next category we have glut display window identifier, where we have multiple display windows, but whatever the operations we are performing would be given using this window ID for the current window we are using this create window, and that particular display window would be having the effect of that particular operation. The next category, to delete a glut display window, we have, if we know the display windows identifier, we can eliminate it with respect to glut destroy window. Here we give the window ID. The next one is current glut display window, where we are performing the current display window operations with respect to setting set window with respect to certain window ID given. We have relocating and resizing a glut window or glut display window with respect to glut position window with respect to top left value of x coordinate, new top left value of the y coordinate, where the coordinates specify the new positions of the upper left display and window corner related to the upper left corner of the screen. And we can similarly change the current size or current position of that particular window using glut reshape window, giving the new height and width of the window. We can give the description of a pictures used in a window using viewing graphics objects in a glut display window using the function glut display function of picture description. So whatever the picture or the object we are dealing currently would be changed using this particular function. This is also called as a callback function because we are calling this function again and again whenever we are going to modify the objects or into that particular program. We have a glut post redisplay, where the function is used to indicate the contents of the current display window, which should be renewed again and again. The last category we have is glut main loop, which could be used in the application program when the program is set up to complete the display windows, and it has to be created and initialized, and the signals has to be executed in the program. At this time, the display windows and their graphic contents are sent to the screen, and the program will start executing. So this completes your module 2 with respect to your 2D transformations with respect to OpenGL functions, and 2D viewing with respect to viewing OpenGL functions.